What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars competitor Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Nicki Dimalanta.
Ooh, big final to go over. Only shorter episode this week because just one match to talk about. One match. Tournament final for the teams. Ultimate Schmoedown.
A big
tournament.
one.
It's a big one. But before we jump into that, little something happening on the movie
internet.
The internets, because of it was put out the Patreon page, the Facebook page. Harloff is looking for new talent.
Yeah.
Basically. So I mean, basically just is send in a video, and we'll see if you can cut it. I don't know if there's anything else more to that. Basically.
Yeah, that's my question. Is I wonder, like, do you, if you submit a video and whatever, if you're like, man, I'd be really good at singles. I could be the next Dan Murrell, Adam Collins.
Yeah.
And maybe you cut a good video and you're like, man, I'm going to take John Rocco down, because the part of it is like smack talking any of the personalities in the Schmoedown or whatever. And say you cut a really good promo and you're just brimming with personality or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I'd crush it. I wonder, is it kind of like,
Oh, okay.
all right, this kid's onto something. Yeah. Or are they going to like look at your video and be like, okay, cool, I like your personality. I like the moxie, as Ellis would say. All right, now you've made it to like almost a round two almost,
like an
and
audition
let
process.
me grill you a little bit, give you some test questions, see how you fare. I wonder, because I feel like before, when the audition thing was a paid Patreon tier,
The way that I got in.
if I'm not mistaken, there have definitely been people that donated through that tier and didn't
Didn't make it.
You happen to. So, you can only imagine that through this process, especially when no money's involved, when there's zero money involved,
Because-
you're going to get a lot of people like, yeah, man, I'd crush it.
Yeah, because
So, and if you had people paying hundreds of dollars, and they didn't make it, and they must have been really serious about it. I just wonder, is there like some sort of like vetting process this after you send in your promo, and after maybe it's like, ooh, yeah, this kid's got something, I like it.
Yeah.
Let's test their metal now.
Yeah, because first off, that tier wasn't cheap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was a pretty penny, just because you had to donate 2 months in a row.
That's what I'm saying. And you had to be serious if you wanted to do that.
Yeah,
and so with this type of entrance, it's kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I doubt that you're just like, okay, you think you can swing it? Let's give you a match. But it's like, because the audition process, it wasn't just to test your knowledge; it was also to test your personality. Will you meld well with the thing? And I think this way of getting your eyes on new competitors, it's just you're only seeing one side of the coin,
and you're also seeing take 457.
Yeah,
not like live Christian Harloff staring at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Firing questions at you, trying to have a personality.
Yeah. And on that note, I don't know how much I'm giving away here, or how much, like, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to give too much away. It's that tier is gone now.
Yeah.
And that whole audition process is gone now. So I don't know how we're bringing in new competitors, how we're testing new competitors anymore. But my audition process, it wasn't like, hey, do you have something prepared for us? He was, hey, you're doing this, this, and this. What do you say to this? So it wasn't like I had time to prepare for what I was going to say. It was off the cuff. It's like, all right, I got to think on my feet. With this process, just hit my mic. With this process, like the people sending in their audition tape is they get to say wherever they feel, and they practiced over and over and over
Exactly.
again. So it's like,
which is great, because
it was fantastic. Yeah.
There are facets of the Schmoedown that lends itself to, but then there are also like, all right, well, and obviously Christian knows what he's doing.
Yeah. No.
It's just like we're just thinking out loud here. Like we're wondering, is this the process, or is there another step behind?
Yeah,
the
let's
scenes?
be very clear. I have no problem with this, because
not at all.
you can find the next Dan Murrell in this process. You can find the next Adam Collins, the next Joseph Scrimshaw.
It just kind of begs the question of, do they get some sort of other test after this? Is there another? Is there multiple trials? So you just kind of makes you wonder, and you just kind of think out loud sometimes.
And also to the fact of like personality wise, live events, whenever we do get back to them, you don't get a second take on your character.
Yeah,
you have to be able to think quick.
Yeah, and I'm also quickly, I'm curious to see what comes out of this, because I feel like 2 seasons ago, like when you get a big crop of new competitors,
Yeah.
you just get so many heels because that's the way to have a
Yeah.
big personality. So it's just, I'm very curious to see what
Yeah.
comes out of this. And is everybody going to come out here in their sunglasses and it's prime time,
Yeah,
check
that's-
your watches.
that's-
And then they realize that, oh, maybe I should adjust.
That's one thing.
No
I
knock
hope,
on Paulo
yeah,
Yama.
that's one thing I do hope people recognize. If you are going to send a tape, try to come up with something new. Because
Yeah.
like we've seen, like I think last season and season before that was like the Schmoedown persona, sunglasses, a jacket with a t-shirt underneath it,
And I'm just too cool for all of you.
yeah, exactly. And then you get people that come in like Tom and Video Drew
Out of left
field, and it's like at first it's kind of like,
Yeah.
and then like every single rookie that comes in, they want to like blaze with like, this is my character.
Yeah.
You give them more matches, you get a couple more steps in, and you find this perfect synergy with what we're trying to do, and you get a character like Video Drew.
Yeah.
And the current Andrew Guy.
He's a genius.
And it's like, yeah, I want to see more of that. I don't want to see the whole, like, because basically Paul Yama and Chance Ellison were almost carbon copies of each other.
Yeah.
And then they started getting more matches, and then they found their because Chance is a very different character than when he first joined.
And Paul is almost a 180 from where
Yeah,
he
exactly.
was.
And they turned his character differently. And I'm pretty much very different from when I first joined the division because, the way my path has gone. So it's interesting. I want to see some of these audition tapes.
Me too.
It'd be interesting to see because I do want to see what kind of characters we can get out of it, and because there are a couple names that are being thrown around right now. Like, oh, this person would be great for this division. There are people like, I'm coming for that Intergeekdom Star Wars belt. It's like, all right, let's see what you got. Because
maybe not.
Maybe we'll see. But it's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. What pops up.
Yeah, it's just fun because everybody's entrance into the Schmoedown is different.
Yes.
Every single one, and some have straight to the top roads like
Adam
Collins coming from obscurity in the fan leagues, and then there are people like Kevin Smets who
they have a tough road.
They had a tough road. Didn't even make it past the audition. Got sent in the fan leagues and claw his way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have other people that is like, hey, I think I can swing it, and then they just end up really doing well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out of this, and if we do see any of these people in the draft.
Yeah.
Or even if one of the managers is just like, hey, I've seen you in the fan leagues, I'm going to sign you and gamble on you.
I'm going to sign you.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. So anyways.
Nobody wants to sign me? Fine. I'm joking. Joking.
Nicki Dimalanta, Star Wars Division 2021.
Joking.
I think you can fill a roster spot.
Maybe the 10th spot.
A late, free agency. Because just because you don't get picked in the draft doesn't mean you don't have a chance to play. There's always free agency. So,
joking.
Nicki Dimalanta, Star Wars Division 2021.
Joking.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get to this finals match.
But before we get into this,
that's right. Speaking of Andrew Guy,
yet another opening scene with the genius that is Andrew Guy. So last week, right?
Yeah.
We got a very
the call interruption,
subdued, somber Andrew Guy. Almost to me felt like he was about to announce his retirement or something. Very uncomfortable, and then he got interrupted with his phone call.
His phone call. Wink, wink, wink.
Wink.
Who's calling him? Is it Ben Bateman? I almost said Ben Goddard.
You never know.
You never know. Plot twist. Ben Goddard is the Schmoedown.
He was an engineer on SCN. You never know. He pushes buttons.
He pushes buttons. He controls microphones. Hello.
Maybe he controls the wheel, the digital wheel.
Boom.
I think we just figured it out. Andrew Guy, give us a call. So yeah, this season's or this not an episode. This match's
cutscene. Yeah.
Cutscene. Another iteration of Andrew Guy. He
This is the screaming in the car Andrew Guy.
It was back to Schmoedown Andrew Guy.
He's
and
discovered.
He was like, he started off, it was almost
green
like
pen.
Yeah, it was almost like a scene in like Jaws where he just had his like green pen shark fin up. Oh, that was like the only thing visible in the shot. And he was like talking about having his green pen, and he was ranting and raving about the Schmoedown once again. Beautiful, perfect masterpiece. What a gem.
He believes he's figured it out.
He believes he's figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't he mention Spectacular?
He's gonna reveal everything at Spectacular. And usually this is how it does, because I believe it was last season when they did Anarchy that they've revealed who was behind Anarchy.
Oh, that one guy that looks like Gideon from Scott Pilgrim.
It was Harloff who was behind Anarchy.
Well, the other guy was supposed to be.
He was the lawyer who was working for Harloff. So, surprise, Harloff was behind Anarchy all along.
Surprise. What if he's Schmoedown too?
I don't think he'd do that again.
No.
It has to be my guess.
Do you think the Schmoedown is a person?
I think it's somebody behind the Schmoedown, as Andrew Guy would say. Because he said he figured out who's behind it all and who's a part of the Schmoedown or something, if I remember correctly. My guess, Ben Bateman. I think Ben Bateman would be a nice pick for that.
Yeah, but then what happens? How does that impact him as a competitor? If he's behind the scenes, like fixing stuff, according to Andrew Guy.
Yeah, well, because I think what Andrew Guy was saying is that the whole point of the Schmoedown was to keep him down, not to control things like Anarchy was. It was to keep him down. And Bateman would be I'm just wild speculation right now. I don't usually like to speculate, but
I wish it was Drew McQueenie and this was his way of getting back into it.
Ooh,
I kind of wish. I know it's not.
I don't think it is. But that would be fun.
I know it's not. But I feel like it's got to be something big. It's got to be something outlandish, like it's Clark Wolf or something crazy. Like it's not going to be like.
Yeah, I mean that might make sense too, because we have not seen Clark Wolf pretty much at all since before Free for All was supposed to happen.
But it's got to be somebody who has some sort of a tie to Andrew, and they'd have a stake in wanting to keep him down.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be R&B because reasons.
Yeah.
But
real life reasons.
Yeah, but the people that have ties to Andrew, at least teams wise, would be Bateman and McQueenie.
Yeah. So I think those are the front runners for that. But I'm just glad that
or maybe Sam Levine as his manager. Who knows?
Oh, I don't know. Why would Sam?
I don't know.
Well, there's many.
Does Schmoedown make sense?
There's so many different possibilities for this. I'm just glad that we're not closing the book, but the book is still open on this storyline.
Yeah, it wasn't just kind of lost by the wayside because of Corona.
And because of Andrew Guy losing. Because I think it would have been more present if Andrew Guy beat Bateman.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad that, or especially in the teams tournament, because it had what is it, their names? Lethal Weapons gone further into the tournament, we'd see more of this story develop through that. But I'm just, because once they lost, I guess we're not going to see the conclusion of the storyline.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm glad we're finding a way to do it.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're revisiting this and seeing it through, because this character that Harloff, and I want to say that this is mostly guys. Baby. I mean, I don't know how much. I'm sure Harloff is like
guiding.
Yeah, guiding the storyline and like maybe guys
and giving major points.
Yeah, but guys like, hey, I want to try this and that, because I remember watching them on their action industries shows and stuff, and the thing I love about the Schmoedown is I get to test myself on these wild characters I wouldn't like to do anywhere else.
And people love it.
Oh yeah, I love it. I'm just glad that we're seeing this story through.
I'm feeling like this Spectacular is going to be like a cinematic adventure. It's going to be like a cinematic.
I hope so.
Experience.
I really hope that we get to see other cutscenes other than this Andrew Guy thing. Maybe there are other storylines in other divisions or other teams and stuff that have implications for next season. I really hope we see stuff like that, because I miss the cutscenes and the storylines and the rivalries, because it's hard to form story rivalries with this digital age.
It's hard. But I feel like with Christian saying that next year storylines are back in full force, I feel like it would only make sense for, at this point, to use Spectacular, peppering cutscenes between your matches, and really hook people and be like, come on back, baby, because next year we're gonna do it big.
As a teaser for storylines for next season.
Exactly. And if you're gonna say that storylines are back full force next season, let's just plant those seeds now.
Exactly. Yeah.
And during Spectacular. So I think it's gonna be an experience.
Yeah. Plant those seeds and start people speculating over the off season.
Yeah.
And into free agent signings and the draft.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that's what Christian's gonna do. He's just gonna drop Spectacular on us like a bomb, and then send us spiraling into the off season with nothing to do.
What does it mean?
Nothing to do but like scream like Andrew Guy, writing on the walls, trying to figure out what's going to happen.
One of my favorite Andrew Guy moments of this year is him like tapping on his phone. I could have done it, guys.
Oh my god,
sucker.
He's a genius. One of my favorite
so...
moments was that like one of the first times he showed up as like Schmoedown Andrew.
Oh,
and Mike was eating the drumsticks.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember what they said, but like Andrew said something and it just was wild. It didn't make sense. And Christian was like, what?
What?
And I don't know.
Like, I think it's some of the effect of I think what you're saying and hearing or something doesn't make sense of what you're something like that. I gotta
really,
go back.
I don't think it did make much sense, but it was such a dry moment that I'm like, oh, yeah, this is my kind of stuff.
I would
right
like think half of that moment was him just being like off the wall, and it was genuine. Wait, what?
And then Mike just sitting there eating his drumsticks, like it's just a normal day.
Oh man, we can go on and on. I'm just glad that glad the storyline is continuing. Two, that we are starting to get that feeling of storylines are going to be in full effect.
Yeah,
because that was a point of the Schmoedown.
We're going to be. I have a feeling we're just going to be sent into a downward spiral during the off season.
We had like a cliffhanger, like.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Anyways, to the match we go finally.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into the match, no, I'm just kidding. So this
Tangents,
match,
name of the game Beyond the Schmoedown. We should be called Tangents of the Schmoedown or something. Just rebrand us.
Oh my god. So this match
Beyond
is the
talking the
finals of the teams tournament.
Oof.
Swag. Lon, is it the delinquent or Lon the delinquent?
The delinquent Lon Harris,
The
I think.
delinquent Lon Harris.
I know it's primetime Paulo
And
Yama.
primetime Paulo Yama
The final exam.
versus final
Exam. Representing Swag.
What an idiot I am. I wrote Swag versus Odd Couple. Whoops.
Oop, wrong one.
McClunky.
There you go.
I kind of like the horns. Oh, I'm kind of an idiot.
I gotta use the soundboard more.
Yeah, we should update.
Shut up, stupid!
Sorry, we'll move on. Thank you.
Thanks, Christian.
Thanks, Christian.
For keeping us on track. So final exam is Swag, and then their opponents are the Odd Couple of the Rock Stars, and that is, of course, Jeff, the In Snyder, and Mark, the Android, and Draco.
Both coming off of massive wins.
Heck yeah.
And it's like in this entire tournament, you win against anybody in this tournament. It's like, was that a small win or a big win? Like when you get into like past the play-in, and you know the first rounds are all like fantastic matches, especially the semifinals. So it's just massive because I think Odd Couple is riding a little higher than Final Exam at this point.
Yeah.
Or coming into this match, as to say, because it's like you had what everybody was saying. Well, Collins is on that team. They're going all the way to spectacular.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, Odd Couple spoiled that.
I feel like this is one of the best examples that I've seen of a team where I'm like, wow, they're vibing with each other.
Yeah.
Like it was just so evident. And I feel like I just haven't said that in a while or felt that in a while.
Odd Couple or any team.
About a team.
I think the last team that I think we said
Shazam?
is probably Shazam.
Probably. But I don't know. In this tournament, Odd Couple was like,
just been blazing it.
They're just sitting there just vibing with each other,
Oh, yeah.
you know? So round one, Oyama misses Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, first question.
Yeah.
And Wizard of Oz, second question.
God, when you miss the first question
Out the gate.
it's rough.
First two questions.
Yeah, first two is like, ooh,
Yeah.
throws you off your game.
I feel like he might have been thrown off his game because that Wizard of Oz question.
Yeah.
The color of the slippers.
Yeah, and that's something we discussed. Like red.
Is it red or ruby?
Ruby.
But they accepted both.
They accepted both. So,
But,
those are ruby slippers, but they are red.
Yeah.
And I think
Potato.
And I think the question was what color they are.
Now, what color does she say they are?
Yeah,
I
or
don't
like
know.
what are they made of or anything like that. It was
Yeah.
like what color are they? It's like they're ruby slippers, so and ruby is a color.
Yeah.
But people's like when I look at yep, those are red.
But what if I'm colorblind?
Whoops, sorry Ben.
Oh no. Goddard?
Goddard's Goddard's a colorblind. We had this
boy.
conversation with him.
Yeah, you're right. Now that you say it, it rings a bell. Yeah. In my mind.
Yeah, I think he said like shades of like purple and blue. He has trouble
Oh,
distinguishing.
honey. Oh,
So he would
no.
end fine with this one.
Yeah, probably would have been okay with this one. But yeah, it was. He said silver because I guess
In the book,
according
yeah.
to Andreyko in the book, they were
Yeah.
silver, and he was like, I shouldn't have read the book. So
And I think it was red is just more, especially in those days when they were teetering on the edge of color was
I think that was the reason.
Yeah.
The whole Technicolor thing,
Mm-hmm.
they were just very bright. So, but apart from that, Lon, Jeff, and Mark all got perfect rounds, and they all got the bonus.
Odd Couple is just
So, by the end of
Blazing.
round 1, 15 to 18 in favor of the Odd Couple.
and if before we forget to mention, this is a 5-rounder because it is
Oh,
a
yeah, that's
tournament
right.
final.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2, final exam. They spin away from the Oscars and they get Festival Darlings. They go to multiple choice one time and they got it. So
Yeah,
they did really well.
Really well. Perfect round. Just had to check down once.
Odd Couple spins Viola Davis, decides to stick with her.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect round 2.
Yes.
They just ripped through that round.
Man, yeah.
Oh, shoot. And write down the score. Sorry. Heading into round 3, Odd Couple's up. We'll go ahead and say that. Round 3, Odd Couple spins
Betting
Ridley Scott for the betting round. Odd Couple bets. Oh, actually, both teams bet two. And I love how Odd Couple. Final exam was like, do you want to go quarterback or do you want to go wide receiver? And Christian was like, you don't have to talk in code right now.
That's right, because their last match they were talking in code and during the wheel round. It's like,
why? But I think Lon was like, it's for the fans, okay? Because it's true. It kind of also builds up the anticipation. If we know that they bet 3 and they bet 3,
yeah.
it kind of helps to keep us in suspense too. So as much as I poke fun, it does help build up the thrill.
because I think in past matches because I know for this one they completely took out Roxy and the Odd Couple out of the room completely. So
I think so.
But I don't know if it was just that way in the past matches
I don't remember.
for the teams at least. Because for like, singles and all the other ones, if it's a title match or a tournament final, we're both still in the room and we just we both input our betting at the same time, so we can't one way or the other. So I think the reason that past people have talked in code is because everybody was in the room and everybody can hear everything.
Yeah.
So and that's exactly why Harlow's like, you don't have to speak in code. They're not in the room.
But yeah, it's for the fans.
Yeah, but I do
and
agree
it
with
is kind of fun because we in the studio we don't get to see their wagers. So
yeah, exactly. It's fun.
It's fun.
Trying to keep it close to the studio matches as
To
possible.
keep it fresh.
Yeah.
So both teams bet 2, and they both got it right. The answer was mother. I don't remember the question. I just remember that it was mother. Oh, it was the name of a computer
It
in
was what do they call the computer in
Star Trek?
I think it was Alien.
Alien.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was Alien. Space movie, and it was mother. 28 to 32. Odd Couple. I'm back on my
So
game here.
no point deficit change.
New. Round 4, the speed round. The final exam goes first. They have Lon take question set A because if you remember, when it's a teams match, they
Split.
don't do a full teams. They don't do a full 10 questions. Each person takes half, and there's an A set and a B set.
Half the number of questions and half the time allotted.
So Lon takes question set A for the final exam. He misses one, passed one. Paul got all of his correct. So combined, they gain 7 points. Odd Couple goes. Andreyko takes A, Jeff takes B. Andreyko missed 1. Jeff passed on 2. They together earned 6 points. So it kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
35 to 38, still in favor of the Odd Couple.
Yeah, and so looking at the speed round, this is the first time. Is this the first time we're seeing final exam in the speed round? I'm pretty sure it is.
I feel like it might be.
Yeah,
And I
and-
feel like it's the first time we've seen Andreyko in one, obviously.
Yeah. No,
Also, as-
in this format. Because,
In this format.
yeah.
Oh, you're talking at all.
No, because Andreyko has competed in title matches. Jeff has obviously competed in
I
title
thought
matches.
you were talking digital.
Well, digital, yeah, for
Okay.
this one. Yeah, Jeff played in a speed round in the singles tournament. But I can't remember how fast he is for the buzzers, and I don't remember how he did in the singles tournament.
I don't remember.
Because looking at this speed round, I think Final Exam had a leg up on him. Just
How?
because they came off with more points, and Jeff seemed to look like he was struggling a bit.
He did. He looked like he got a little rattled because I think his first question or two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first question, the answer was it's not coming to me. It was like on the tip of my brain, and then it fell off.
Yeah.
But the first one was the answer was the name of an actor, and it took him like a solid 3 or so seconds to get
Yeah.
there, but he got there.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was really teetering on the edge of, do I pass here or do I just hold out another second for my brain to get there?
Yeah.
And then I think the second question, he was kind of like, I think he might have passed on it. So rocky start, and I feel like it was showing on his face a bit.
Yeah, and Jeff is one of those competitors where if you can rattle him a little bit,
affects
he's
him.
been known to be affected by being rattled.
But luckily, he only passed on 2 and didn't miss any.
Yeah. So, but I think looking at this, and I'll actually touch on this after the match, but like, just I think that Final Exam came into this speed round a little bit more, not tested, but like sure about their answers than Jeff was, because I think Andrejko did better than Snyder in this, but
He missed one.
He missed
the same one that Lon missed. It was a movie release date.
Yeah. But like Jeff is just one of those, especially in this speed round format. Because again, I don't remember how he is with the buzzers. But like if he passes on the first 2, he's already in his own head, and then it gets harder to pull those answers out. And
Yeah.
so
It really puts you in a fog.
yeah. So yeah, but they
But they're still up.
they're still up. Yeah,
They're
by
still up.
3.
By 3 right now, 35 to 38. Round 5. 2-pointer for Final Exam. Scores and soundtracks. Paul decides to take it because Lon was like, boy,
Nope.
you don't want me doing this.
Yeah.
Which composer wrote the music for all 3 Lord of the Rings films? Howard Shore. He got it right. 3-pointer for Final Exam. 1990s. Lon takes it, of course. Which Oscar winner stars as Max Klein in the 1993 Peter Weir film Fearless? I think it's Weir.
Yeah.
Looks like Johnny Weir, that figure skater. So I think you say it Weir. Fearless. Jeff Bridges got it. 2-pointer for Odd Couple. Brad Pitt. Ooh. Jeff takes it. What was the first film directed by Quentin Tarantino which starred Brad Pitt?
Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious. Bad word. Got
Oops,
it.
Sorry.
3-pointer. Well, they didn't bleep it in the match.
Hey,
so
it's
it
the
must
title
not
of
be
a
that
movie.
bad of a word. 3-pointer for Odd Couple. Comic book movies for Mr.
No,
Andrejko.
it's like because I remember they're like, who's gonna take
Yeah.
Tarantino, and like just like I
Brad
guess
Pitt.
or Brad Pitt, and like they're like I don't know, and just like I guess I'll take it,
Yeah.
like reluctantly taking it.
Yeah, because Mark was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I really don't. I'm good.
and it ended up paying off because
Oh, yeah.
the
Comic book
3-pointer.
movies.
Yeah,
Which which actor plays Victor Von Doom in 2015's Fantastic Four? Toby Kebbell. He got it right.
God, that movie was
Great.
not good.
Not good.
Oh man, it was.
I don't
not good.
remember. Was that where the guy from The Shield was the Rock guy?
No, you're thinking of the other 2. There's
Two?
There's 2 Fantastic Four movies with who you just said, and Jessica Alba was in those ones.
Jessica Alba.
Chris Evans was the
Flame.
The Human Torch.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah.
Not Johnny Flame.
Johnny Storm.
What? Really?
Yes, Johnny and Sue Storm. They're brother and sister.
Storm.
Sue
For
Storm.
a guy that's on fire.
That's his human name. Human name. that's his name.
Johnny Flame.
Johnny Storm.
That's stupid.
Don't talk to me about it.
Wow, that's dumb. If you would ask
Steve
me,
Rogers is Captain America. Like,
I mean, yeah, because Steve Rogers has nothing to do with a natural disaster or any kind of, anything like that.
really arguing.
It's just a name. But if you're talking Johnny Storm, Johnny Flame, Johnny Storm should be the name of like the husband of Halle Berry in X-Men, because Storm.
No, that's the point. Johnny
What's
Storm
the point?
it has nothing to do with.
Does he make
flames.
firestorms?
No, Johnny Storm is his legal name.
What,
and
to cover up his identity?
well, no, everybody knows who Johnny Storm is, and because they don't have secret identities in the Fantastic Four, everybody knows who they are.
Yeah, I
But
guess it's kinda hard
it's
to
just
hide
his
when you're a
legal
rock.
name, and then he's the Human Torch because he flame on.
Is that how he ignites himself,
Yeah,
by saying that?
flame on. Yeah.
Kind of lame.
Are you not familiar with the Fantastic Four at all?
No, there's a woman that stretches.
No. Oh no. The Invisible Woman?
Oh,
Invisible Girl?
Jessica Alba was invisible.
Yeah. Mr.
Not
Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic stretches.
Yeah.
And then Rock Guy, Michael Chiklis,
Yeah.
is a rock. He's like a
No, but that's
rock guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Wow, that name just fell on my head. It's
Well, if
No.
Johnny Flame is actually Johnny Storm, then Michael Chiklis is probably like, I don't know,
no, but no.
Michael Grassfield.
Because Victor Von Doom is played by somebody different. Because there's 2 movies, and then a couple years past, 2015 is the one with our friend really likes that chick. What's her name from House of Cards?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's her name?
I can't think of
Can't
it,
think
but I
of it
know
right
who
now.
you're talking about. The redhead.
Yes, she's Sue Storm. Michael B. Jordan is the Human Torch.
Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the one they're referring to.
Funny how your last name is something that could actually put out your talent.
Or cause it.
I guess. All I'm saying is...
Sorry, we've gone on long enough. Tangents is the name of the game in Beyond the Schmoedown.
If you would have asked me, I would have bet money that his name was Johnny Storm. I mean, Flame.
Johnny Flame.
I mean, Johnny Flame. I would have bet hard
And
money.
you say storm on for...
I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules.
Anyways, he gets it.
I just know what makes sense and what's
Toby
logical.
Kebbell played Victor Von Doom. 2015's Fantastic Four.
Victor Von Doom, what does he do?
He was...
He's not blue. He's not Mr. Manhattan.
No, he's... Oh, God, I really don't know Von Doom's... Like, in the comic book, he's like,
Just an
He
evil mastermind.
yeah, and he owns his own island, and it's an actual country that is
Oh, he's a
recognized.
1%er. Nice.
He's an evil man.
5-pointer. Final exam. They get comedies. What TV sitcom actor co-stars with Jeff Daniels on the 1997 legal comedy Trial and Error? Kramer himself, Michael Richards.
They got it really quick, right?
They got it correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
it came
now
down to
it all
this.
comes down to this. 5-pointer for the Odd Couple, fantasy sci-fi. What musician plays Heather Gummer in 1990's Tremors? And when I tell you, Mark Andreyko, it was like maybe a second or two delay, and he was like, I got this 100%.
Yeah.
It's Reba McEntire.
And really quick note, this means nothing to everybody. I had a professor at UCF who actually worked on Tremors. She was one of the assistants,
Nice.
assistant PA or something like that. But yeah, and we watched it, and when the credits roll, we're like, oh, there she is.
Is Tremors the one where everything shakes because of the big worms that travel under the ground?
Yep, with
Kevin Bacon.
Yep. Yeah, and
Nice.
when we the first class, like, yeah, I worked on Tremors, blah blah, blah, and she put a picture on the projector of her like talking to what's his face,
Kevin
Bacon, and he's like, oh, it looks like he's really intense, and she has his pen and paper, like, oh yeah, what do you think? And they're like, oh man, what are you talking about? Them the character wise, blah blah blah, blocking the scene.
Wasn't
She's
it like her lunch, his lunch order?
she was taking his lunch order. So like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, God, I can't remember the professor's name, but yeah, it was fun to actually learn from a professor that actually worked in the industry.
In my head, Tremors and Dune might be the same movie.
No, absolutely not. Nope. I'm looking forward to that movie, by the way, the new one with
Timothy Chalamet.
yeah,
I've never seen that.
Poe Dameron's in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac's in it,
Nice.
and Aquaman's in it.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa's in it.
Nice.
Before we get off on a tangent, let's go ahead and end this. this
Anyways, Reba McEntire, my
Yep.
dudes, he got it. They got it. So with that, 45-48, the Odd Couple advances to Spectacular
and
to face Shazam.
for the
the belts.
team titles. Like, wow, I did not have the Odd Couple going all the way.
I don't think I did either.
No shade on them because, like, man, former champions, yeah, sure, but like, obviously we wanted our guys to take it all. But I saw them, not even like if they made it past Deception. It's like Final Exam's on fire right now too. But man, is Odd Couple. Everything is going their way. The wheels going their way. Their challenges are going their way. The chemistry is on fire. Their knowledge base is being shown here, and so it's like, God, they are unstoppable right now.
Yeah, they
And if they
are.
can take this momentum into Spectacular, it's gonna be a good match because we have not seen Shazam in a while, and they were playing really good when they won the titles. So, but I think going into this, like I said, that speed round needs to be polished because I think I remember Shazam being, especially Bibiani, being really good in this new
he's
format.
quick. They're both quick.
Yeah. So yeah, that if they are gonna take the titles off of them, or at least compete, make it really a really close match, that speed round needs to be like, hey, if you pass on a couple, don't worry, they'll come right back to it.
Yeah.
So
You need to shine it up a little bit.
just shine up because everywhere else is just insane.
Yeah.
So, but Final Exam didn't play too shabby either. It was just those.
No.
It was just Oyama's first two misses that pretty much cost them the match.
Honestly, check it. Paul Oyama is usually
Yeah, perfect.
former singles champ Paul Oyama.
Perfect in the first
yeah,
round,
because if you
normally.
think about it, if he hadn't, it's very out of character, very uncharacteristic for him to miss any questions, much less the first two questions in round one.
Mm-hmm.
So if Paul Oyama played the way we would assume he usually would,
Mm-hmm.
he probably would have gotten those 2 points. And that means he would have gotten an opportunity for a bonus question.
Mm-hmm.
And had he gotten that, which I think he probably would have, because
Mm-hmm.
I think the bonus question was, a round one bonus question,
Yeah.
if you catch my drift, which means they would have ended up tied.
Yeah.
If Paul Oyama hadn't uncharacteristically missed 2 questions and not had the
Yeah.
opportunity at the bonus. So it's just crazy funny how.
Yeah. So,
You know?
and that's it's just the rock stars are playing not upset, but like
The Odd Couple.
The Odd Couple. They're playing keeping corruption and swag out of Spectacular for another match.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's unfortunate. So now the card is set basically for Spectacular.
Oh yeah.
We have all the matches set.
I think the order that it says is like it goes Star Wars,
Ace Cabrera versus Alex Damon.
and then Chris Jericho, Brittany Young. I want to say, and then teams
Which is
with Shazam versus Odd Couple, and then Kevin Smith versus Brett Sheridan, undefeated champ himself, and then you have the singles tournament or the singles final between Dan Murrell and Adam Collins.
No, you're missing the IG one.
Oh, word. Oh, where does that go?
So let's look it up.
I kind of went like main match, celebrity match.
Let's look it up. So let's go ahead and get into this because I don't know what we're gonna do for the next episode of Beyond, because I don't know if we want to wait a week for everybody to get Spectacular, or do we want to just jump right in it and just give a spoiler warning up front, or do we want to do a special like Spectacular like preview? I don't know what we're doing. So yeah, because
Inner Geekdom's right in the middle because I feel like if they I see where how embarrassing. All right, hold on, everybody, just keep your pants on. So we got Alex Damon, Andres Cabrera, Star Wars. Then we got Chris Jericho, Brittany Young, singles match. Then we got Shazam,
taking on
Odd
the Odd
Couple, teams match. Then we got Chandru Chance for the Inner Geekdom title. Then we got Kevin Smith, Brett Sheridan, another singles match. And then we got Dan Morrell, Adam Collins.
That is
It's gonna be
heck of a lineup.
It's gonna be a spicy show,
It is.
especially if Andrew Guy
sneaks
his way in and busts it wide open.
So obviously, aside from the main event with Collins Dan Morrell, I'm definitely looking forward to that just because undefeated rookie phenom goes up against the greatest to ever do it.
Undefeated in singles rookie phenom.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Obviously, I'm looking for that. But what other match are you like? Just have your eyeballs on?
I mean, apart from that one,
apart from that one,
because that's singles.
Yeah.
Of course, I have my eye on Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean that goes without saying because
it really does go without saying.
Because obviously, like, I'm just
honestly, all 4 of the titles matches, my eyes are on all of them because Star Wars, duh, singles, duh.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to see the culmination of this Chance Chandru smack talk that has happened in the past. I cannot wait because Chandru has gotten big for his britches.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
He's talking a lot of smack.
Cannot wait to see what happens between the two of them. And then the way Odd Couple's playing and the way we've seen Shazam play.
Yes.
How could you not be excited for any of these title matches? So I got my eye on all of them, if you're
Yeah.
asking me.
Yeah, aside from because everything you just said is like, the Inner Geekdom one is very interesting because of like just pure heelness on both sides. Obviously, the singles title matches, like the
And it's
granddaddy
swag
of them all.
corruption in the Inner
Swag
Geekdom.
corrupt. Yes, that storyline could continue. But obviously, my eyeballs are on the Star Wars match.
Yeah.
And it's the first one, so I don't have to wait very long.
Yeah.
Because if Ace beats Damon, I have to wait even longer for this title match, this title shot that has been
Right.
graciously bestowed on me.
Right. Because then in that situation,
in that situation,
Alex would be granted an
an automatic rematch.
Exactly.
And then I get the winner of that. But if Alex is to just defend it yet again, God, he's had that belt for what, almost
64 years.
Yeah. Asterisks, you don't have to defend the title more than twice a year, if even. So he's the longest reigning champion the Schmoedown has ever seen. So, and if he defends it yet again for what, the fourth or fifth time,
Got me.
if he defends it, I'm next in line, and I get to play sooner than later. So I'm obviously looking forward. I'm obviously have my eyes on that, and
I'll watch the career with great interest.
so just thankfully it's the first match, so I don't have to wait too long for it. But yeah, all the other ones are great. I mean, it's gonna be
fire, as Gen Z would say.
It's gonna be an
They're gonna
interesting.
slap.
It's gonna be a very exciting.
Slappers.
It's gonna be very exciting, spectacular.
Gonna be bangers.
The only like letdown, if I could use that word, is it's not live.
Yeah, but what
It's
are
not
you
a live
gonna do?
event. It's a digital event. And
What are you
it's-
gonna do? You gotta
yeah.
stop the spread. You gotta flatten the curve. You know what I'm saying?
The vaccine's around the corner, right? I don't know.
We'll see.
But yeah, fantastic matches to look forward to. The card is set. Spectacular happens
Next
week. God, where has this year gone? It feels like it's
Well-
been dragging on forever, but it also feels like it just went by in a blip.
Yeah, and like everybody's saying, good and good riddance.
Yes.
Get out of here, 2020.
I mean, yeah, 2020. The stroke of 2021 is not going to magically fix everything, but it
I like to believe it does. I like to believe that as soon as that ball drops,
a giant etch sketch.
yeah, it's just gonna reset all of our woes and make
Yeah.
everything clean and all okay again.
That's how the life works, right? Just-
Yes. Yeah. A big, whatever crystal ball
Once
falls in New York and everything's new and fresh again. Everything's a race and we start from scratch.
Yeah.
Do you think people are going to go to Times Square still and be
I
like
don't think they should.
nut to butt?
I don't think they should.
Partying?
I mean, the way that Macy's Day Parade went this year, there was
Oh,
no
yeah.
audience.
That's true.
So
You don't know. People might be wild.
it'll just be a hologram of Dick Clark with the ball behind him.
Oh. Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, Brian Seacrest
But also
was-
Dick Clark, R.I.P.
yeah,
Yeah.
he
That's
passed
what I
away
thought.
several years ago.
Hopefully not, because
yep.
we want stop the spread.
Yeah, but where was I going with that? Oh, but yeah. So next week, I don't know what we'll do. Unless we want to do like a
I don't know.
like a Schmoedown, like a spectacular preview special, just like a short episode, like talking about the matches one by one, or do we just go ahead and give a spoiler warning, like right off the bat? It's like, hey, we're gonna be talking about spectacular and matches because it's available to patrons and people that buy the live event through the website, and I imagine they wait a week like they always do. So we'll keep our ear to the ground, see what everybody else is
know.
doing.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll keep you informed. But I think we're going ahead and end this short episode here. Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Twitter, and you can find me on Twitter at.
Did you forget where your Twitter handle is?
No, I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put it.
Oh, yeah.
Can we do it vertical?
Yeah.
Dimmy. DIMMMYYY.
Creating more work for me. As for me,
Gotta keep you sharp.
you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA. If you're listening to this on audio form, please follow the feed. Rate us if you can, please be very helpful.
No, and if you listen and watch on YouTube, then you can like and comment and subscribe, and then click the bell icon over in the corner to see when we do things on YouTube.
And if you're paying attention to the Facebook group, Nikki posted in there for something special we got in the works.
Yeah, I asked people what their favorite movie trivia Schmoedown quotes were, and por favor, who said it,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not an encyclopedia of all things quotes in Schmoedown. Forget a lot of stuff sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching and you're listening to me and you feel so inclined, feel free to leave a comment with your favorite
Yeah, drop it in the
MTS
comments.
quote,
We have something.
because we're working on something that I just one night after a lot of I thought it would be a funny idea.
We got wine, we got cameras, we got microphones.
We got wine, we got cameras, we got microphones, and we got ideas in our brains.
It's gonna be fun.
I don't know what possessed me that night to say, wouldn't it be fun if?
Yeah, so look for that. So if you have a favorite comment,
Maybe we'll
not
do
a
that
comment,
next week in place of the spectacular.
Ooh, yeah.
Who knows?
We'll see what happens. So,
We'll see what
So if you have a
happens.
favorite quote, Schmoedown quote from any like competitor, manager, announcer,
Any season.
leave it in the comment section. Tell us who said it, and you might see it in this special project. We'll see.
You never know.
Someone's gonna clip it out with a GIF. Anyways, thank you for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.